For this project, I will be using 4 of these wood slats. These are from the Dollar Tree. I'm using 2 8-inch and 2 of the 10-inch. So I'm going to start by removing the sticker. These are not old, but I had these for a while, so the sticker is like very glued in there. So I am using a piece of sand sheet to just smooth out and remove the rest of the glue. For this, I am going to use wood glue, actually a combination of wood glue and hot glue. For extra support, you can add nails or staples. I decided not to. The next thing I will be doing is just letting this dry for like an hour or two. Then for the bottom, I'm using this pack of Dollar Tree wood planks. 6 come in the pack. I'm using 4 of them. To glue these, I'm using a combination of wood glue and hot glue. You can add small little legs using like the wood beads. I decided to just leave mine like this. To paint this, I'm using the Waverly Antique Wax. I also decided not to add handles to this. You can by drilling some holes on the end and adding rope. But that is it. Look how beautiful this decorative tray turned out. Now I'm going to make some little decor to go on the decorative tray. The first thing I'm doing is using one of these Dollar Tree little houses. I'm going to paint the edge using some black paint. Dollar Tree carries so many different things that you can add to this, like the Rob-on transfer stickers. You can use poster stickers, or you can even use a Cricut. I will be using this letter that is from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove the beads, glue the letter on there, and then to cover the hole, I'm adding some greenery with a bow. And that is it for this little house. Look how beautiful this looks on the decorative tray. Every tray needs a planter, so I'm going to make a little planter using this Dollar Tree jar. I don't like the gold part, so I am going to cover that using some black paint. To make this look more rustic, I'm using a piece of senshi and just send some of the paint off. To decorate this, I will be using some jute twine and making a small little bow. For the greenery, I'm using this Walmart one, and that is it. Look how pretty and cute this little planter turned out. For my next project, I'm actually using this lid that I got from a Dollar Tree box. I have a few of these that I was like, what can I use this for? But this is perfect to make like a small little decor sign. I am going to paint the edges black. Now for the inside, you can't paint it white. I remember I had this wallpaper that I recently got from the Dollar Tree. So I am going to just add it inside this instead of painting it. And this is how it looks. Now I'm going to add a piece of wood inside so I can add something on there. And I'm using this wood plank, which I'm going to cut in half. After I'm done cutting this, I'm going to paint it using some white chalk paint. One mistake I did is I didn't let this dry completely when I added the Dollar Tree rub-on transfer, and because I didn't let it dry completely, it didn't stick, or it didn't rub off. As you can see here, I did mess it up. So because I didn't have another Simply Best little sign so I can like put it over it, and I didn't want to paint this, I decided to just remove the entire thing and add this little gather sign that I also got from the Dollar Tree. But that is it. This was so quick and easy, and it looks so cute on the tray. We'll be using 5 of these wood trays. Now I do recommend you, when you grab these, make sure they're all nice and even. I didn't pay attention, and when I was already putting this together, some of them were a little bit crooked, so my shelf turned out a little bit crooked. I am also using 2 of these Dollar Tree large signs. As you can see, these signs are black, so I am going to paint the back of these signs using some black paint. Now, I didn't paint the entire tray black. I only painted like the sides and like the border. As you can see, some of the sides I didn't paint because these are going to be glued into the other side, so you can't really see these. And I also did the bottom of these. Now I'm going to use hot glue to glue these to the long signs. You can use wood glue if you like. I'm not adding anything heavy, so I decided to just use hot glue. One thing I really didn't do is like measure these to make sure they were nice and straight. So I first thought it was that, but then I ended up realizing it was actually the tray, so they're a little bit crooked. But other than that, the last thing I did was just add the top part to this, and that is it for this beautiful shelf. Now you can use this for several different things. You can add decor. Now this was actually made for my mom. She will be adding her medicine to this. For my next project, I will be using 2 of the wood trays and 2 of these Dollar Tree wood pieces. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I will be doing a shelf, but this time the trays are going to be slanted to the side. I do recommend you using wood glue instead of hot glue, or a mix of wood glue and hot glue. I only use wood glue because I will not be adding anything heavy to this. The next thing I will be doing is painting this using the Waverly Antique Wax. And that is it. Look how beautiful this turned out. Now you can use this to add some decor. I will be using mine to add some makeup. I will be using 3 of these. I'm going to start by making a large piece by gluing these together. So I am using some wood glue and hot glue. To make it extra sturdy, I will be adding some popsicle sticks to the back. I will be painting mine using the Waverly Antique Wax. I will be using one of these Dollar Tree wood planks. Now I did cut mine to size, but I do end up removing it and just putting it like a regular one. Now I'm going to add this Farm Fresh little wood sign that I got during the fall. I did paint it using the antique wax and add it to the wood plank. To my sign, I will be adding these Dollar Tree wire baskets. Now Dollar Tree does carry these in gold and in black. Now to attach this, I'm using this. I have a look like a little staple gun, so that is what I'm using. Since the staples are silver, I'm using some black paint to go over them. Now they blend in with the basket. Now I do recommend you adding the little sawtooth hook first before you add the wire baskets. So before I add my second one, I am adding this sawtooth hook. After adding the baskets, I felt like the sign was too small, so this is where I end up switching the wood planks. And that is it. Look how beautiful this turned out. This is perfect for your kitchen. You can add fruit, vegetables, or just use it as a decor rack. For my next project, I'm using the smaller wood piece and 2 of these chalkboard signs that I also got from the Dollar Tree. Now you can use the larger piece and add 3 of these instead of 2, but what I'm adding here, I only had 2 of them, so that's why. I'm going to start by adding these to the wood piece by using hot glue. I am not adding anything heavy, so I'm only using hot glue. I'm adding these pieces of popsicles to make it even. I will be painting this using the Waverly Antique Wax. I'm going to continue with the farm fresh theme, so I am adding this rooster and this cow that I got from Hobby Lobby. They were 39 cents each. Now I'm not going to paint these either. I'm going to just leave them this color. I will be adding the word milk and eggs, so I'm going to just put these more towards the top. Since this is a chalkboard, and if you have a nice handwriting, you can't use one of these chalk thingies and just add the word milk and eggs. But instead, I decided to just use my Cricut and cut out the word milk and eggs. The last thing I did was add a sawtooth hook to the back, and that is it. Look how beautiful this turned out. For my next project, I'm using one of these candy plastic storage that I got from the Dollar Tree. Now I'm going to also use 2 pieces of wood, and I got these from Hobby Lobby. So I thought I was going to use 2 of them, but I only end up using the bigger wood piece. I'm going to paint it using the Waverly Antique Wax. Then I'm going to add a whole bunch of hot glue and then add the plastic container on top. Now the reason I was using the smaller little wood piece is so I can add it inside, so you won't be able to see all the glue. But actually you can't see it after I'm adding the little coffee cups, so I decided not to use the wood piece. I removed the little plastic piece and ended up switching it for this little wood bead which I painted using the Waverly Antique Wax. Dollar Tree does carry these little stickers, which I do end up using the word coffee, but I didn't like how that looks. So once again, I did use my Cricut to cut out the word coffee and just add it to the lid. I also added like a flower for more decor, but that is it. The last thing I did is just add the little cups. I will be using 2 of these Dollar Tree wood signs and some paint stir sticks. Now I'm using only 2 of these. I thought I was going to use all 3 of them, but I do end up cutting 2 pieces out of one of them. Before I add the paint stir sticks, I am going to paint my sign using some black chalk paint. To glue these pieces together, I will be using the paint stir sticks. Now for the third paint stir stick, I'm going to put it across, and then I'm going to just cut it to size and glue it, and that is it. I will be making a wreath and adding it to this. For the wreath, I did use some wreath, like a small wreath that I had, and made it bigger, and then I added some of this greenery, which is from Walmart. After I finished adding the boxwood, I added some of the Dollar Tree greenery to make it look thicker. I then added a bow that I made using the Dollar Tree burlap ribbon. There's different ways you can hang the wreath. You can add like a little hook, or you can add some ribbon like I am. I'm going to just add ribbon and glue it directly to the sign. And that is it. Look how beautiful this turned out. For my next project, I will be using 3 of the Dollar Tree wood signs, and I'm going to just remove the string, and I'm using 2 paint stir sticks that I already had, but you can use some of the Dollar Tree wood pieces. They are a little bit smaller, but you can still use them. Now I'm going to glue the wood pieces, one at the top and one at the bottom. I didn't add popsicle sticks on the back, but if you want to, you can add some for extra support. I tried to paint him almost the exact same color as the paint stir sticks. I used a little bit of the Waverly Antique Wax with a little bit of black paint. This is how it looks once it's dry. Now you can honestly add anything to this. You can add some stickers, letters, or you can even use your Cricut to add something. I will be using this wreath form that I recently got at the Dollar Tree. This is new to Dollar Tree, and I'm going to just glue it in the center. And to decorate the wreath, I'm using some Dollar Tree floral picks. You could leave it like this or add any words to this. Dollar Tree does carry different things that you can add. Like for instance, this family word. I decided to use a thankful word that I had, which I got from Michael's. But yeah, that is it for this beautiful thankful sign.